Now, we hear a lot about Emiratization, you have to do Emiratization. What does that mean for someone that doesn't know?
So basically, you have a lot of countries that are doing nationalization programs.
Yes.
And we always add the flavor of it being Emirati. So we called it the Emiratization program. And during the establishment of Nafis in 2021 September, we were endorsed with 24 billion dirhams to shift the mindset of Emiratis to find better job opportunities in the private sector under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan.
I wanted to ask you, for anyone that's watching that doesn't know what the Nafis program is, can you please tell us more about it?
So Nafis is a program that provides both financial and non-financial support. And what we do basically is we try to bridge the gap between Emiratis who want to seek a job opportunity and help them and enable them to join the private sector. And how we do that is by making sure that we have the right platform that provides them with the job opportunities available in the private sector. And we have seen a tremendous effort towards our numbers and achievement over just a course of 3 years. What we started with in September of 2021 was 29,000 UAE nationals in the private sector. Can you guess what that number is today?
Over 100,000.
It's 118,000 UAE nationals that have joined the private sector. You're talking about more than 80,000 UAE nationals that have joined the private sector since the inception. And I'm sure they all contribute tremendously to the labor market, to the growth of the UAE, and to our economy.
I want to ask you a little bit more about the non-financial support of it. Yes, Emiratization is great, but also there's the merit factor. So what's the kind of training and qualification programs that you offer under Nafis?
We do understand that that's a very good question. We understand that the job market requires a lot of dynamic skill sets. And what we do is we equip the UAE nationals and we ensure that they have the right skill set and professional training certificates funded by the Nafis program. And we make sure that these match specifically with the demand requirements. Because at the end of the day, we don't want them to be equipped with something that would not help progress their career. So yes, Nafis at the beginning was an entry point for the UAE nationals to join, but we want them to also progress in their careers.
Absolutely. Now, of course, you work with young Emirati talents and empower them through cultural transformation, through actually providing them opportunities. But you must work with the private sector. What kind of partnerships do you have, and how does that help with your goals?
So we continuously meet and listen to the private sector and what demands that they have. What do they expect from the Emirati workforce in terms of skill sets, in terms of education, and in terms of what they expect in terms of compensation and benefits. Now, listening and taking all those inputs in usually needs to come out to a very specific output that balances the scale between what the employers want and what the job seekers are willing to accept to join the private sector. And what we continuously have meetings, workshops, and even listen in through phone calls about what employers are facing in terms of challenges today and how we can transform those challenges into opportunities.
Do you see a lot of companies wanting to join the Nafis program as well to attract more Emiratis to be joining their companies?
We are actually starting to see a healthy competitioning happening between the private sector.
Because you also have Nafis awards, so I wanted to ask you about that as well.
So going to the subject of the Nafis award, not only does the Nafis award recognize UAE nationals or individuals that have contributed to their jobs specifically,
yes,
we also cater to establishments that have put in huge efforts towards Emiratization.
Yeah.
And we recognize them at the highest stage with the presence of His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, our chairman.
I think that's amazing, honestly. It just makes companies and individuals want to take part in the Nafis program as well, right?
Absolutely. What would you say has been the biggest achievement of Nafis since its launch?
I would say, I would take this question with three different answers. The first would be providing the right job opportunity for the UAE nationals. The second would be educating the employers that Emiratis do have the right skill set to join the workforce. And three would be the shift in mindset that we have come to create, be it through families and the culture aspect of society. Because when we were brought up, the only option available at that time was joining the government to help empower it and enrich it. But today, and the latest development of the country's economy, we need also UAE nationals to become an active member of the labor force.
Absolutely, and I'm excited to know about the future because, of course, it started only in 2021, and already, as far as I can tell, you've doubled the number of Emiratis that you've been helping. So what is the plan for the future for the next 10 years?
So what we focused on in the beginning was quantity. What we're moving into is quality. And as I said earlier, yes, at the beginning we were trying to match UAE nationals with jobs in the private sector. Now we're focused more towards how can we retain them, how can we upskill them, and how can we make sure that these UAE nationals have the right skill set, the right enablers for them to progress their careers in the private sector.
I wanted to ask you about some of the community engagements that you have, like Nafis Your Way, university tours, and the Mejlis. How is that helping people connect with the private sector as well?
So we have to reach the majority of the UAE, be it in demographically challenging locations or in the heart of the city of Dubai. And how we do that in several different fronts. We do it through our social campaigns, we do it through university visits, and we actually do it through roadshows. And that roadshow is a Mejlis. Okay. So we send out invites to certain communities, visit their majalis, sit with the youth, with the elderly, and with the parents. And we inform them about the Nafis program, what opportunities are available in the private sector. And we also showcase some of the success stories, because we've had people who were awarded the Nafis award actually receive 3 or 2 promotions at once just because they have received the Nafis award. Wow. They have also recently had the privilege to visit, and I'm talking about Nafis award winners. They have the privilege to visit the president himself in his palace to be recognized by the top leadership of the country for their success in the private sector.